well, we have to understand that the new agey concept of these soulmates and twin flames is, I would say, a little misleading, to put it mildly. It might stimulate for a lot of people a lot of speculations about the relationships they have, and might unfortunately give you the impulse to be delusional about what you're experiencing, and even imagining a whole lot of stuff just in the vision and the hope and the I don't know what, that it is a twin flame or a soulmate. So the new agey version of it, as far as I know it and understand it, is very much suggesting simply a relationship that carries a certain amount of karma within it. People that have been connected before in one way or another and are now reconnecting, and typically in a quite intense way, typically quite a lot charged from the second chakra, Svadhisthana chakra, carrying a lot of these specific energies of being a bit obsessive with one another, having all sorts of lower passions and tendencies that are even toxic within the relationship. So I feel the danger of these concepts as they are handled today is to confuse a toxic connection with something of some sort of spiritual value. And this is where I would distinct very clearly some of these stories that are going around the internet and so forth from the Tantric viewpoint. Yes, there are soulmates, it does exist. Yes, you do have a whole lot of karma with a whole lot of people, often connected, especially at the level of Svadhisthana chakra, the sexual chakra, therefore being charged with passions, with all sorts of attractions and confusions and delusions and so forth. Please don't use some interesting so-called spiritual notion in order to excuse yourself to indulge into a toxic relationship. It is never, ever the spiritual thing to do. It doesn't help you to grow, it doesn't help the two lovers to achieve elevated, beautiful states, and is not at all recommended to indulge into such things. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist such a thing as a soulmate. There is a concept of soulmate and even twin souls, which basically means that you have an extremely deep, profound connection with somebody that is mainly happening and polarizing from the level of the soul. And this is extremely beautiful and inspiring to experience, but it is considered extremely rare. I have heard Greek talk about people being soulmates within the school, but maybe on, 2 occasions that I know of, so you might consider how much could maybe be in total. So it is not a very common thing. And also, those people that I know of that have been confirmed as being soulmates, they haven't made it as a couple because simply they couldn't match up on the other levels of their being and not achieve to somehow harvest and stimulate and engage at that beautiful soul level that they were connected from a karmic viewpoint. So it is a very, very different viewpoint in Tantra upon these aspects. It is also not necessarily considered particularly important whether or not you are having this karma or that karma with another person. What is important is what are you able to live with them now? Are you able to experience connection together that is meaningful, that is uplifting, that is filled with love, that is filled with elevated pleasures, with eros and so forth? Go for it. It is completely irrelevant whether or not you've been married in a past life. It is beautiful exactly the way it is. And then if you find yourself in a situation of being very much in love with someone and also feeling that you do carry some karma around with you and it is more difficult to overcome certain lower tendencies and so forth, make the adequate spiritual efforts in order to overcome these problems. Mainly sublime. Move from Svadhisthana upward. Wherever up you can, go up. And consecrate Hatha Yoga, consecrate meditations in order to purify your relationships, even blessings, even working with subtle beneficial entities like the angels and so forth. I hope it's helpful. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.